Throw down the bank money.
It's inside.
Climb down. Open the door.
Drop that gun, Hammer.
One move and your driver's a dead man. No money box, I see. A nice trick if you got away with it, Earp. Remember, this man dies if you don't stay put. All right, close the door. Get back up there.
Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
He was between 35 and 40. Brown eyes. Black vest and light shirt. He was wearing 2 guns with white handles. Initials on the handles. It looked like 3 H's. And his horse, he was a sort of a buckskin.
Well, that's a very good description. Now, tell me what happened.
Well, we were riding along, and all of a sudden, from nowhere...
I'll get brave, friend.
Don't worry.
Right on the ground, both of you.
Now listen, mister. All I've got in the world's in my pocket. You ain't going to take that.
Shut up and stand still. You, come here.
Please, I'm not a well man.
Bullet won't make you any healthier. Come here. Well, your watch and chain. Got any other jewelry? Rings? Stick pin?
No, that's all I've got.
All right. Get back in. Both of you. You too, my friend.
You mean you ain't going to...
Rob you? Why should I? Only take from those who can afford it. From the looks of him, he's got plenty more.
He's a banker.
My favorite kind of customer. Get in, my friend. I don't bother working people. Get going.
Get ready.
Now, you say he didn't bother Mr. Parker or the driver,
No. Says he only robs the rich. Marshal, I'm willing to put up a reward for this man.
No, that won't be necessary, Mr. Sloan. We'll catch him if we can.
Well, I certainly hope you do.
Sound familiar?
Yeah, Henry Harrison Hammer, down Coffeyville way.
Yeah? The Imitation Jesse James. Henry Harrison Hammer. There we are. 23 arrests for armed robbery, no convictions because of lack of evidence.
Because he robs the rich and spares the poor, just like Robin Hood.
Oh, no, there's a difference. You know, Robin Hood used to steal from his rich enemies to give to his poor friends. This one robs just to help himself.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, it's my opinion that a thief will steal from anybody, rich or poor. Now, Mr. Hammer's reputation has been built carefully and with a purpose. Under the right circumstances, he'd rob a poor man, too.
Bottle your best. Check these for me, will you, please?
Wait a minute. That's his horse. I'm sure it is. There he is. That's the man who robbed me.
I'll take you into custody, sir.
On what charge?
Suspicion of armed robbery.
That's ridiculous. Do I look like a robber?
Well, you do to Mr. Sloan. Let's go. pockets. Well, your name?
Henry Harrison Hammer.
Occupation?
Businessman.
$677.
And 80 cents. You don't happen to have a watch?
No, I don't have a watch. Time means very little to me.
It's pretty obvious he sold it someplace for about $50. That watch was worth over $200.
I've never seen this little man in my life, Marshal. What kind of a town is this, where a fat banker can accuse a complete stranger of robbery?
How'd you know he was a banker, Mr. Hammer?
Just a guess, Marshal.
Well, the court will convene at noon tomorrow. I'll make him comfortable in the meantime.
Yes, sir. This way.
He's the man. What nerve, making no attempt to disguise himself.
He does have nerve, and with good reason. He's had 23 arrests and no convictions.
Well, how can that be?
Lack of evidence. I'll see you in court tomorrow, sir.
Well, you certainly will. And then he said to the stagecoach driver, I don't bother working people.
Thank you, Mr. Sloan. Will the prisoner please stand? Is that the man?
It is.
Your Honor, this man is known to every law officer from Coffeyville North. He's a dangerous criminal, but he's never been convicted of a crime. But today, I think we have the witnesses that will convict him. I'd like to call Mr. Sam Landale to the stand. Thank you, Mr. Sloan. Yes.
Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Sit down.
Now, Mr. Landale, were you the driver of the regular stagecoach run the afternoon of August 25th?
Yep.
With Mr. Sloan and Mr. Limestone Parker as passengers?
Yep.
Would you recognize the man who held up the stage?
I don't know about that.
Will the prisoner rise? Is that the man?
I can't rightly say.
Mr. Landale, Mr. Sloan testified that the robber spoke to you.
Might be he did.
What did he say?
But I can't rightly remember. I was busy holding the horses.
All right. Your Honor, will you please instruct the prisoner to say the words, I don't bother working people?
Mr. Hammer, you'll repeat those words.
I don't bother working people.
Now, does that sound like the voice of the man that robbed your stage?
I just can't rightly say.
You're obstructing justice, Mr. Landale, and I'm warning you that...
Marshal Earp. You know better than that.
Thank you, Mr. Landale. Will Mr. Limestone Parker please take the stand?
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I always do, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. Now, will you please tell the court exactly what happened?
Well, sir, when this robber stopped the stagecoach and he ordered Mr. Sloan, the banker, and me to get out, then quicker than a flash, he found Mr. Sloan's fat wallet and his fancy gold watch. And he took them.
Did he take anything from you?
No. All I had was a little change for beans and bacon.
And would you recognize this robber if you saw him again?
I sure would.
Will the prisoner please rise? Is that the man?
No, sir. The robber was short and fat.
Limestone Parker, you're a liar. You know very well this man stole my money.
Order! Marshal Earp, in view of the conflicting testimony, there's nothing I can do but free the accused. Case dismissed for lack of evidence.
Your Honor, Because this man supposedly robs only the rich, the people he leaves alone refuse to testify against him. Now, in my opinion...
Case dismissed.
Thanks kindly, Marshal.
Sign this receipt. The horse is outside, all saddled.
It's also kind of you, Marshal. But I don't think I'll be needing him for a while.
Yes, you will. You're leaving town.
Eventually, Marshal. Eventually. It's a nice town you have. Wonderful law enforcement. Man can feel safe here.
The minute Mr. Hammer steps out of line, I want to hear about it.
Right.
Call. Well, now, 3 queens. I'm afraid I have you beaten again, my friend. 3 aces. Drinks for all, bartender. Henry Hammer shares his good fortune.
You mean he's won every hand?
Oh, he might have lost a few. He's winning the big ones.
Without cheating?
Sure, he's not playing with kids, you know.
How much you figure he's won tonight?
$400 or $500. He just plays his cards right.
Plus the $630 or so he stole from Mr. Sloan. He's won about another $1,000 since he's been here. Well, so long as he's got money, he won't make a move, but it can't last forever.
Isn't it possible you're wrong about Hammer, Wyatt?
It's possible, but doubtful. You just keep watching.
Right.
Wilson?
Marshal Earp. Why, you were the first person I intended to look up.
Are you here on business?
Yes, sir. I am now representing a line of the finest kitchenware in the country. Could I interest you in some kitchenware, Marshal?
Well, I'm afraid not, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, then you're not married yet.
No, sir, not yet.
You should be. It's a wonderful life. Gives a man roots, you know. Quite different from the life I used to lead, remember?
I'll never forget. No, I'd say you were one of the most dishonest gamblers I ever met.
Do you know I haven't touched a deck of cards since Wichita?
No.
And I've never properly thanked you. I would have been killed, Marshal, if you hadn't intervened, and justifiably, too. I was cheating.
Well, I'm glad it turned out to be a good life for you, Mr. Wilson.
I hope I can repay you someday. Say, as a starter, how about having supper with me tonight?
Well, I'd be glad to, Mr. Wilson.
Fine. Where's a good place to eat?
Well, let's see. Well, how about the Alhambra? Say 8 o'clock?
Good. See you then.
Right, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen. Small drink before we start the game? Good evening, Marshal. How are you tonight?
Offhand, I'd say that man was no friend, Marshal.
You're right.
Who is he?
His name is Henry Harrison Hammer. Did you ever hear of him?
I have, but I've forgotten in what connection. Tell me about him.
Let's wait till later in my office. Let's eat our dinner in peace, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's been going on for a whole week. He's been winning steadily.
Well, I just don't understand people like that driver in Limestone. What could he accomplish by lying in court?
It tickles him to see Mr. Hammer get away with robbing a banker.
And you believe he's just as much a danger to the poor as the rich, huh?
I think he'd steal from anybody.
The only way that could be proved would be if Mr. Hammer were broke. If he lost every dime he had.
Yeah, I know. There's very little chance of that happening.
Marshal, I see a golden opportunity to repay my great debt to you.
Oh, no, Mr. Wilson. No, I can't let you do that.
Can't stop a man from playing cards, Marshal.
But you just told me yourself you haven't gambled in years.
I proved to myself I don't have to gamble. I promise I'll never do it again after tonight.
Like I told you, he's lucky.
Please, Marshal, this is Dusty Wilson you're talking to. To quote you, one of the most dishonest gamblers I ever met. Don't worry, Marshal.
I bet $10.
I'll just see that. Cards?
2.
I think I'll just play these.
Check.
Check, huh? That'll just cost you $50, Mr. Hammer.
50. Never saw such luck in my life.
Would you care to continue tomorrow, sir? Perhaps your luck will change.
Now, give me the cards.
Keep an eye on it.
Well, he cleaned out Mr. Hammer, Wyatt.
Yes, sir, Marshal. These old hands have never lost their charm.
Say, I was watching you pretty close. I never saw you cheat, did you?
Oh, please, no professional secrets.
There's almost $1,500 there.
Mr. Wilson, you're a genius, and I want to thank you.
Oh, no trouble at all, Marshal. Good day.
Say, wait a minute. Mr. Hammer is what I think he is. You're going to be the first victim. We both live in the same hotel. I don't want to use you as bait, Mr. Wilson. You've already done enough for us, and, well, I think you'll find ourselves most comfortable.
All right, but not a word of this to my family, huh?
No, sir. Now, Hammer's only other source of quick money will be the bank or the stagecoach. I want you to place 3 deputies in the bank.
All right. Now, you said the stagecoach. There's not always someone with money riding that.
I know. Mr. Sloan will make a shipment of bank funds to Wichita on the afternoon stage. At least I want you to spread that rumor around. Now, you watch Hammer yourself. If he leaves town, you follow.
Where are you going to be?
I'll be inside the stagecoach. Come on, I'll make you comfortable.
All right, throw down the bank money.
It's inside.
Climb down. Open the door.
Drop that gun, Hammer.
One move and your driver's a dead man. Ah, no money box, I see. A nice trick if you got away with it, Earp. Remember, this man dies if you don't stay put. All right, close the door. Get back up there.
What took you so long?
He's got a fast horse. He got away from me.
Keep on his trail. I'll be with you in a minute.
Hey, come on. Yeah.
Come on, give me a hand with the lead horse.
He's headed up toward Crow Hill.
That's a rough climb. Any other cabins up there besides Limestone Parkers?
Not that I know of.
Let's go.
Sure nobody can get up here without us hearing them?
Don't worry. You can hear anybody coming a quarter mile away.
Good. Got a nice, comfortable little place, Limestone.
Yeah, and you're welcome to hide out here just as long as you like, Henry. You know, it ain't every day that I have a celebrity visiting me.
Well, there's the cabin. The track's heading right for it. Don't see any other way to get there without making a racket. Let's move.
Listen. What did I tell you? Here, Get in here, quick. I'll handle everything. Who is it?
The marshal.
Oh, the marshal. Oh, well, come right on in.
Hal, you wait out there for me. You live up here all alone, Lamstone?
Yes, sir. I'm always alone.
Anybody been by here in the last couple of hours?
No, sir, not a soul, Marshal.
Are you aware that helping a criminal to escape is a serious offense?
Oh, sure. I know that, Marshal.
Well, I'm sorry to have troubled you.
Oh, it's no trouble at all, Marshal. Just drop by any time.
Thank you.
He's gone. Don't shoot, it's me.
Thanks, old friend.
You know, I ain't had such a laugh since that day in court. You know, when that old banker yelled at me, I was fit to bust.
You don't like bankers much, do you?
No, I don't trust them neither.
I feel the same way. I figure if a man can't take care of his money, he don't deserve to have it.
That's right. Now, you take me, for instance. I'm a thrifty man. I don't have much, but I don't need much. My life saving is just $320. You think I'd put that in that old man Sloane's bank? No, sir.
Where is it, Limestone?
Why? You don't want my money, Henry.
Oh, yes, I do. Now get it. And no tricks.
Oh, Henry.
All right, now step back.
I must be dreaming. I thought you said you only stole from the rich.
Nobody ever told him differently. And nobody will. Especially you.
Oh, no, please, please, I won't tell.
You might.
Marshal, he was going to kill me.
I know that, Limestone. What do you think about testifying against him now?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Hal. Patch him up. You know, you ought to keep that money in the bank.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I sure am glad you came back, Marshal. What made you do it?
You? You had the same twinkle in your eye when you lied on the witness stand.
Oh, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it.
Mr. Sloan, I have your money right here.
But you said he was stone broke when you arrested him.
Well, let's say he was relieved of his money by a method that I can't discuss. I think you had $630. I think you'll find it there in that package. How much would you say your watch was worth?
But there's a lot left. Was that all from Hammer?
Every nickel.
And the school fund can use it quite nicely. Mr. Wilson has refused any fee for his services.
School fund, eh? Well, why don't you keep that for the fund, Marshal? And here. Add this to it.
Well, thank you very much.
And a bad fella.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.